Welcome back to my channel. This is Engineer Giacomo. That's a horrible return air from a restaurant of a buddy of mine, a friend of mine. Went to check it. The filter, oh my gosh, the filter they see wasn't really working, and I wonder why. I mean, it wasn't as bad as this because he changed the filter, but technically use one of those high filtration things. And I do not recommend those, like the filtrated allergy one. For restaurant with a grease like that, within few days you're done. Technically it's better to use something with a low resistance. You get more airflow. Eventually, once a year I recommend cleaning the coils on your air conditioning unit. Of course, if it's roof mounted, that's a pain in the neck, but you need airflow, and unless you change the filter once a week. So anyway, let's clean it. Technically anything will be a very difficult cleaning job. I'm using a sprayer, the Chapin, that's from Lowe's, bleach and disinfectant sprayer. But the thing I learned about it, if I use a regular one, any regular sprayer, if I use any kind of bleach or harsh chemical, that's an alkaline cleaner what I'm using. I'm using the Black Max, which really is for, it's like not bad, it's like less than 20 bucks a gallon, I have like 1/4 of water, so I'm gonna do since it's such a horrible filthy, I do like a 50% mass on it. Okay, let me get going here. I'm gonna pump it up, spray it on it, let it soak, and rinse it off. It should be able to remove all that very quickly. I don't recommend using aluminum. This is aluminum, but it probably will change the color. Actually, it's called a non-acid condenser coil cleaner and brightener. Technically it makes the aluminum bright because it removes the outer layer, I guess, I don't know, but I don't recommend you use it on coil unless you use a very small percent, so maybe like 10% solution, and rinse it off right away. Rinse very well, because it's for outdoor coils, although all outdoor manufacturer, they don't recommend using any kind of cleaner on their coil, just a garden hose with water. So and normally it's good for refrigeration in a kitchen where there is a lot of grease. So let me pump my little sprayer here, and then we work on that, and let's see what happens. A minute went by. I'm gonna try to rinse it off and see, but first actually let's let me use my brush, and brush is from the Dollar Tree, so really, I mean, if you use a regular brush, that's the end of it, so I don't recommend get one from the Dollar Tree. It's not disposable. I will use it just for jobs like this, because oh wow, it's been less than 10 minutes. I mean, that's crazy what came out of it. Technically they were changing the filters but never cleaned these, so this junk is there, and I don't know, I just don't like to see it. You're gonna need a second treatment for sure. Yeah, I mean, rinsing will do, but the brush does really get the sticky stuff. I'm gonna do one rinse and then I'm gonna do again. Should be fine with two. I have my sprayer here. A garden hose will do also. Now, because the aluminum is exposed, you're gonna see a little more foaming action. Like I say, the bleach one is the best, because the regular one, couple of usage with the stuff for bleach. See, they see that there's the reaction within aluminum. I know they say safe for it, but I always recommend rinsing it off. It does. It's called a brightener. I don't know if that's the real thing, but anyway, that's second treatment. Another 5 minutes. I rinse it off, and let's see what we have. For sure, it's better than before. I can always paint it, using an epoxy paint after it's dry, of course, but I won't need any kind of other further preparation. I will do the back too, just in case, but normally all the grease gets into the front. Very seldom is in the back, just because the way the airflow is. So that's it. A few more minutes and we do the final wrap up for this. So that's my second treatment. At least 10 minutes went by. Like I say, I use a sprayer, bleach ready, the Chapin, because like I said, the regular one they fall apart. The Black Max, like I said, most places will sell it for around $20 or less a gallon. I don't think you need a license to buy it. It's an alkaline cleaner. To neutralize it, I think you need acid. So yeah, vinegar is a great thing to neutralize that if you get it on your hands or anything. Vinegar will pretty much stop the effect of it right on track. But you normally do a solution, you know, so you can do actually 40 up to 40%, but then depends how strong you want it. This one is almost like I would say 50% ratio. So yeah, you know, I got to go with a brush. So let me rinse it first and then we see. But from the way it was before, it's like day and night. You could even see the little slots here. They were so covered with grease. Now without this, honestly, it would be almost impossible to clean. I prefer to degreaser. Degreasers is, you know, like regular degreasers they sell. I think it's called the 409 Home Depot. I don't know if it's nationwide, but they are very bad for aluminum. This one is bad for aluminum, but not as bad. They say it's aluminum safe. I don't really believe that, but whatever. Let's go with that. So we got it. So one by one. Jeez. And then I stop and show the final result, and I do the other half later. Okay. Let's see what we got. I might need a little bit more in certain spots, but wow. At least now I know where the spots are. So this is the other side after two cleaning. I mean, a little bit, you see it. But if you go back to it, just where the problem are, it does come off. Without this, no way. Like I say, it takes a little time. See, the whole process took me maybe 30 minutes, but it was very hard to find this size, and it's not in stock, and then all the other sorts of problem, holes and all that, and then wasting this one was actually the old stuff. I think most of the time is made better than the new one. This is at least 25-year-old. I'm done with the final rinse, you know, so then now I'm gonna let it dry, and I think I should paint it just to make it harder for the, you know, the paint creates a little barrier. I will use an epoxy paint, white appliance epoxy. What happened, it creates a little barrier so the grease will not stick as much, because the aluminum is kind of cold. It's kind of grippy in many ways, and so once I paint, I'm gonna give a couple of coats. I will be perfect to go. But anyway, that's done. Take out to clean very, very, very dirty return air grill with grease using the Black Max chemical and a sprayer. It took me like 30 minutes. It's worth it. I saved myself $80 and time it would take to find a matching one, and maybe change the frame too behind it. So no, I didn't want to deal with that. Anyway, this is the back, you know. I know pretty much I was done with the video, but I decided to show the back. All I needed was to rinse it with my sprayer, because then the chemical dripped down the little slots, you know, because of gravity, and it did the cleaning job on the back too. So all I needed was to rinse it, although the back is never as dirty as the front, but pretty good thing. I'm happy with the results. I will now let it dry and then move on to painting. Anyway, this is my final product after I painted. I use an epoxy paint, white epoxy. That's crazy how the price went up. It used to be like $5, now it's around $10 a can. Home Depot. I use the epoxy normally because it's for appliances. Rust-Oleum epoxy. Depends which store you go into and which brand they carry. It's around the same price, sadly. Walmart is still a little cheaper, but I noticed our spray can of paint went up like 50%. It used to be $5, now almost everything is $10 or close to it. Kind of crazy. The Black Max, like I say, I should be able to include a link. Some places sell with a license, some places without it. Just be careful. It's an alkaline cleaner. There is one, it's called Alka Brite. I forgot the brand, but Alka Brite is the name, and it's pretty good. It's pretty much the same formulation, looks the same color. It's not to use on indoor coils though, they don't recommend it for that. They say for outside, but I find it to be very good for refrigeration coils with heavy grease buildup. This one is an evap, is a coil cleaner. It used to be used straight up. I don't find it to be as effective, but it's for indoor coils, and technically it's deodorizing and all that, but I wasn't totally impressed with this one. But it's for indoor coils and you use it straight, while this one can be diluted, oh my gosh, like a lot, as you can see, up to 40 times, you know. So but depend how heavy is your, sometime for something like this one I used like I would say 25%, so diluted by 1/4. And then I need to talk about bleach. You know, right now bleach went to the roof. It's crazy. They charge now $5 for a gallon. It's crazy. I mean, even Aldi used to be $2 something, $2.98, $3 something. Now it's $4 something, $4.60 for a gallon of bleach. Only good thing, please make sure if you buy bleach, your chlorine level is a 6% to 5.5, because some places like Gordon Food Service, GFS, they sell a 3% and a 6% for only few cents difference, and technically one is twice as strong. So one is 97% water, the other is 94% water, and it makes a huge difference. So twice as much of the power, but the price is pretty much the same. So that's it. Thank you again for watching. This is Ingenious Giacomo. If you can, please thumbs up and subscribe, and I have a bunch of more videos coming out slowly. I do have a little more time in my hand, but I am crazy busy with a bunch of projects.